Let's move on to another guy of a. I'm not even gonna say similar build because this is a one of one build. Kimani Vidal. Kimani Vidal. This guy, his RAS score is 8.69. He's running back for Troy. Okay. And what's impressive about the 8.69 is like his size. What is he? 5'7", 210, 215 pounds. That is nuts. That is nuts. That is nuts. I mean, when you played in high school, you played at 5'7", but you played at like what, 160, 165 in high school?
Listed,
If
sure.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's listed.
yeah, no, to, yeah, to me, to be 5'7" and 213, and a lot of people are like, oh, like, it's small, like, you see that, and you look at his RAS score, and you're seeing the big red, and it's like, to me, like, I don't really mind if you're going to be a short running back, use that to your advantage. Beef the fuck up, right? Excuse my language, beef the hell up, and still have that juice, which he has, and you see that in his 40-yard dash, like it, in his shuttle time, and his
His
vertical
10-yard split.
explosiveness, ridiculous, ridiculous,
Ridiculous.
and also like to be 213. It's how hard it is to tackle that. Just a straight. We talked about Malik Washington being a bowling ball. This is just an absolute, just center of just small, short center of mass, and just oh, it's got to be so hard to tackle. Come on, Vidal. I did not envy the Sun Belt for having to deal with him.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, is this Doug Martin with more juice?
I mean, I hate to say that because Doug Martin was awesome. He was
He was awesome,
unbelievable. But
and
I
he went in the
love the
first
Doug
round.
Martin comp.
He's got
But
like
yeah,
similar size because what was Doug Martin? Doug Martin, I'm looking at, he was 5'9", like 225 pounds. So that, I don't know. He's a little bit bigger, but Kamani Vidal's got even more juice, man. And he was the nation's leading rusher, like, and for good reason too. Like, yeah, he was running behind a good offensive line. He was playing in the Sun Belt, but Sun Belt had some dang good defensive lines. Dang good defensive lines. Look over at Texas State. They were like second in the country in tackles for loss. James Madison. They had an absolutely unbelievable defensive line. So like, it wasn't like he was just playing bozos. He played Kansas State, I believe, this year as well. Like he wasn't like those people that are like, oh, he played in the Sun Belt, uh, cherry picked, or sorry, I don't know the right word, but basically just stat boosted right from the schedule that he had. But he actually had a pretty decent schedule. I would argue better than some Power Five conference running backs.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, to me, yeah, you think about guys like with the frame and the projection that Kamani Vidal has, that translates. There are roles in schemes where he's going to be super super advantageous. Do you want him in Miami, right? Where he's maybe we're not running up like these long outside zone. Not necessarily. You want him going up and down and really getting north and south
How
and
about the
using that
Cowboys?
explosiveness and power. Yeah, that's everyone's like Jonathan Brooks in the second round. Kamani Vidal day three is an unbelievable steal to me. I know that the running back position is being devalued, but I do think it's kind of coming back and devalued in the first round. That doesn't make him less valuable. To me, if you can get a cheap, young, fresh, team controlled, friendly contract in the third round for running back, super super, and he's gonna be ready to play right away. To me, I love his vision, his physicality. That stuff translates right away to the NFL.
Yeah, I could see like a team like the Packers using him. I could see a team like the Cowboys using him. I could see the Buccaneers. I could see them using him.
Yeah.
I I love Kamani Vidal. When you put his name up there, I thought, I was like, wow, you stole one of mine because he is absolutely unbelievable, and he should
Yeah,
be noticed by people. I know we're talking about a lot of running backs here, but he's a stud.
and people look at size and be like, well, maybe he can't, carry the rock. The dude carried the rock a ton. They relied on
Juice.
him heavily this year in the Sun Belt, and for good reason. And like you said, and they almost struggled kind of offensively early in the year, right? And they kind of once they started giving him the ball over 25 times a game, then they just hit the ground running there in the Sun Belt and really got after it.
Yeah, and it's like at that size, like, could he improve in pass blocking? Like, is he going to be a third down back? I don't know, but there's a lot of need for early down workhorses. Now he's already got a lot of tread on his tires, Don't get me wrong, but that doesn't mean he's not a good player, right?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's part of the reason why he's not a day one guy per se, because he's not going to be a 3 round, or I'm sorry, a 3 down back where he can, do everything. But like we said, like there is niches and there is roles early down where he's going to be super, super productive and just an absolute pain for defenses to have to tackle all game.